by the teacher going like, "You can play video games in Excel." I'm like, "What? You play video games in Excel?" Yeah, here. You just got to do simple steps. I'm like, then she's like, "Wait a minute. All right, are you
You're teaching me something.
It's like, this is a
dare you.
lot of work to play this game, and this game is pretty dumb.
How dare you trick me?
How dare you? But no, like that was like the best part about like being in like doing Cisco like networking early on, because going to LAN parties, most people didn't know what the heck what a router or a switch was or a hub, and I had had equipment to like that I was playing with to like learn. So like people would come with these like small crappy switches and stuff like that, and I bring up like some big 48 port price switches. Like, we're using this. This is what we're working on.
Fair enough.
It's good to be a nerd. Okay.
Yeah,
Right?
you definitely see like when I was going, like, oh yeah, you finished your project, you have basically a week of nothing because you already did the project. Do whatever. So instead of doing anything, remotely useful, I watched anime and read manga in class because we had no reason not to. He's like, oh, your work's done? Yeah. All right, here you go. That's how I got to the fisherman arc in One Piece, because I read it in class.
Cheater. It's fine. It's fine. Speaking of One Piece, we're almost through Marineford.
Nice.
Watching the anime, dubbed anime with the family. Yeah. So I know. 479 episodes.
400
episodes. And
only
which is
another 700 to go.
Which is getting awful, is because I started it right. And my daughter, daughter's really young. She is forgetting some of the stuff that happened in East Blue, right? Fortunately, like at those little condensed episodes, sit there and like go ahead and watch them, and then and I want you to know, right? I was also, for those who have watched this part of One Piece, I was worried of how my daughter was going to take Ivankov. Nothing. Didn't phase her at all. Thought it was funny. Yeah. Reinhold in One Piece, Ivankov is a devil fruit user. In One Piece, they people have magical powers, abilities, and they from eating these things called devil fruits. And Ivanka's devil fruit power gives them the ability to manipulate your biology. One of the major things that Ivanka does to a lot of people is switches their genders on them. Just switches them, releases them from their burden of whatever gender they presented themselves as, whether they want to or not.
So that's going to be outlawed soon, right?
Well, the Marines do not like Ivankov.
I mean, you're right there, Reinhold. In One Piece, that character is a criminal.
I know. Hard to fight. Couldn't imagine trying to like fight Ivankov. Like, wing it. I'm like, can we have some rules? Why, you don't want to fight? No.
Actually, I do not.
I don't want to fight you, actually.
You are absolutely correct.
One, we're fighting to kill. No, just hitting someone with our powers and leaving them. Kill. God, man. Like this person gets like hit him with this, like, so like they're escaping and like hit the prison guard. Just like can you imagine going to work and just like boom, you're done. Freaking done. Anyways, One Piece is freaking amazing. I ended up watch it, get a 1,000 episodes and a great freaking journey and a great freaking message.
That character is that's the one that is designed to look like Dr. Frankenfurter, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out in the live action version of that.
They're not moving fast enough to get there.
Yeah. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe when they have the main actor's grandson being Luffy at that point. That's where they'll be at.
They're not pumping those episodes out fast enough. They need the fact that they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take a break." You can't. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta be like Lord of the Rings. You're filming these scenes.
I know how you feel. I mean, I'm waiting. Like Wheel of Time is only on its 3rd season. It's like that should be like a 14, 15 season show, and they're gonna try and do it in 8. And I'm like, guys, you can't. It's not even justice.
I think I might pick up the Wheel of Time series because I'm getting to a podcast and the person keeps making Wheel of Time references, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. But that time commitment, I'm putting in the One Piece. So when I finish One Piece, I get Wheel of Time.
Oh man! So here's a Wheel of Time when Ruby graduates high school.
I know, right? Give me something to do.
I was fortunate-ish, and I guess enough to have read the books when they were coming out. Like, wait a year and a half, 2 years for the next book, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and you had free time.
Yeah,
it's like when they were coming out. I mean, more than having a set family and a job and all the other commitments that Mr. Harry here has on a daily basis. We barely get him on Mondays.
Exactly. Sorry, I don't like being bored and don't like being idle, and I really love putting things on my calendar to go play in different things. So trust me, if you want me somewhere, just reach out, ask me to be there. If it's open, I'm probably gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like fun. Let's do it. Anyways, before we get too far in this episode, hello, my name is Harry, aka The Moving Target, and welcome to an exciting new episode of Low Key on the We Are Libertarians Network. And it's going to be a fun one tonight. We decided to draw straws, and the unlucky person had to watch the Superb Owl. So, was it me? Right on.
What's that?
Anyways, that bit was lost. Anyways, as you guys know, I don't go solo.
Oh, the Superb Owl. I saw that meme. Sorry, yeah. I'm slow today. How about that?
Anyways, and as you see, I bring my co-host, one who needs more coffee. Ryan Holm, why don't you go say hi to everybody?
How are you doing, everybody? It's been a fun past week. Let me put it that way.
Oh, yeah. Very fast. And it's only 2nd week of February. Anyways, and that laugh you hear, the most famous laugh of the network, and it's Vincent. Vincent, why don't you go say hi?
I was the one that drew the short straws. Yes, that it was me. Hi, it was me. I'm the problem. It's me. Boo!
Which I don't know.
I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her.
I feel bad for I feel bad for her. I feel bad for these idiots who don't understand. Like, you guys understand, like, this whole sport is dealt with money and fans going to watch things, right? And she brings fans to it, right? Right? You guys get that, right? You guys get that, right?
For context, Reinhold, that during the Super Bowl they showed Taylor Swift on the big screen, and she got booed to all hell back.
And I loved her reaction, by the way. I think it was perfect. She's like looking around like, whatever, okay. It was funny because she just kind of looked to the side and was like to a friend, to spicy ice or whatever it was. Looked at her, Ice Spice, and looked at her to the side, and it was kind of a cute look. And then she's just like, whatever. And like, she's making god awful amount of money, and she just sold out she just played 3 sold out stadiums where people were loving her and cheering her on. She did not care one bit.
No.
So, she should have said, like, sorry if I saved the U.S. economy there. Single-handedly saved the tourism industry.
My favorite thing was like, nah, it was just Eagle fans because she supports the Chiefs. That's why they booed her so loud. It's like, probably.
No,
I mean,
you can answer.
Fans. They did destroy their own city after they won.
Yeah,
they stole. You
can answer a question for me though.
Yeah,
I've heard conflicting reports that Trump was cheered and simultaneously he was booed, and then they added ensuring effects on the broadcast. I don't know which one is true.
Originally he was booed, and then any other time they showed footage of it, they muted the Fox audio because he was booed.
Oh.
Right. Well, I was pretty sure I thought that he had gotten that somebody had said he was getting cheers, but okay. I don't know.
Boo earns. Boo earns.
That's from the boring X page of I'm not gonna give that page, which she's boring. She hates interesting people. It makes you wonder, like, if X was around, these people were around back in the 80s, of like the punk era, like you guys would just be making fun of punks. That's all you guys would be doing right now, and you would have been losers then, and you're a loser now.
Yeah, it's just the alpha betas taking back over for right now.
Yeah,
nerds will rise again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Eventually, well, like while we get like the other topic, like so with the we're not going to get too political on here, but like I will say, like so the article like I did put in the chat was the Glenn Beck,
Oh yeah,
owner of the Blaze, puts out a very creepy statement banning his daughter from dating gamers.
Well, not just gamers, but people who collect figurines
and games.
Because they're weakening the men. I was like,
right, weakening.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're nerds.
Yeah, nerds.
They're little wimpy boys.
So the cracks of the friendship between like gamer nerds, right-wing gamer nerds, and the right conservatives going to start fracturing in a bit when they find out, oh, they hate you too, but for different reasons.
Well, it seems weird to me that he would be going after the gamers like that when Musk is the #1 gamer in the world. They'll tell you every time.
Yeah, he totally didn't buy that account and didn't know how to play it. Totally.
Yeah, which is yeah. So like it's back to like which is awful because it's going back to this whole idea of like gamers or people who play video games or collect figurines are somehow awful, but like but it's just more of like demonizing like most male hobbies. Whatever hobby you do, whatever you're doing, it's awful. It's an awful hobby. Unless it's
if it's not what the proved hobby is.
Hobby. You got to be smoking cigars, drinking whiskey that just burns your throat that you don't like, and all this other stuff. Now, shout out to people who smoke cigars and drink whiskey. I enjoy that stuff too, but like I enjoy other things that
Well, and that's what happens is you keep that up and you push people to want to be non-binary because they don't want to be seen. They're, I'm failing as being a man because I'm not doing all these things that people say I should be doing and treating me like crap because of it and bullying me and everything else. So if I identify as non-binary, then I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then you also have
but they don't see that
of the men who think they're failing in a relationship when they don't live up to masculine ideals, being, well, I happen to be not making as much as my wife because she happens to be have this job that is much more higher paying. So I feel emasculated and I have to act like I'm emasculated. So they sabotage their own relationship because they feel lesser than.
Yep.
And it's a whole other
it's
can of worms.
And it's a massive can of worms.
Oh yeah, you can't cry. Don't make sure you can't cry.
That's an ick. Crying's an ick, but not having emotions also an ick.
Right. Like, and it's so that's so funny that you said that, Reinhold, because there was I wanted to bring up wrestling on SmackDown, right? There's a wrestler named LA Knight who's basically his whole gimmick is just modern Stone Cold.
Yeah,
it's basically what his character is.
Okay,
but before he does a promo, he literally grabs the camera, looks down the hard cam, and goes, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but I gotta tell you, if you need to cry, cry. It doesn't matter."
That's awesome.
Like if it's your emotions matter. If you need to cry, cry. Now let me get back to actually cutting my promo real quick.
It's freaking awesome.
So there are some people that are willing to actually go out there and go against that concept, but is also super ridiculous. They're like, you're not supposed to cry, but you have to be sympathetic and feel bad for people. But you can't be too sympathetic, because if you cry, you're a loser.
Yeah, but what the difference is right now is there's a lot of famous actors who are very manly men, and people say, oh, these guys are like the epitome of manhood. They play D&D.
Yeah.
They play games. And it's like, are you really going to tell this guy that, The Witcher, that he can't play,
Yeah.
video
here's
games?
my Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
Here's my
Joe
Warcraft movie.
Montalgia or whatever his name is. He was in True Blood or whatever.
Yeah.
Like every woman I know thirsts after.
Yeah. Yeah. So so if your daughter brought home someone like Henry Cavill, you'd be like, ban, get him out of here.
Not allowed.
Superman, gross.
He wore tights.
Yeah.
What are you wearing tights for as a man? That's just not manly.
Disgusting. No.
Cross-dresser.
No, excuse me while I go watch the next Marvel movie.
Yeah, but Iron Man wears a suit, a metal suit. Superman wears tights.
Sure, Batman though, get fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a battle suit now. He's all buffed up now. He's okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
they manlied him up.
Yeah, got a manly.
Absolute Batman's different. He's built like a brick wall for no reason.
And the kink one with all the rubber suit, Keaton one. Can't really turn my head.
Let's cycle back to superheroes because there was actually 2 superhero trailers that came out.
Oh, nice. All right.
We'll circle back.
All right, we'll circle back to that. Yeah, I'll end this going back to the other gross part about it, right? Is that you're banning your daughter from dating something. And every comment I got from someone else was like, is that how you get more of that? Are you sure you don't want a gamer? Because that's how you get a gamer.
Yeah, what you're supposed to do is forbid him.
The next Bezos.
Yeah.
I'm saying girls gonna date the person their dad forbids them from dating, right? So you should be forbidding them dating anybody masculine or male or anything.
I know. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna ban my daughter from dating gamers so I can get that good. good. I don't want anyone with good painted figurines at all.
None.
It
better not
and
be
she comes home and says, meet my new boyfriend. He's the son of Elon Musk. Whatever his name is, Alpha, Beta, Sigma, Frick Boyd, whatever. I don't know.
Man.
It's like, I will not allow that man in my house.
I know. Or would
take his money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but no. Yeah, I just saw that article. I like that. Yeah,
it's dumb.
And it's pretty freaking gross.
Fear mongering again.
But it's also par for the course for them.
It's because games are so mainstream now that they're trying to buck against it because it's not as bad as it was like in the 90s with what the fuck is his name?
But you don't. You guys are missing. You're really missing the point. It's not just that.
Of course, it's not just that. But
it's a feature of fascist beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
It's deeply steeped in manly men's misogyny, that sort of thing. Women in the kitchen, men being men, is like one of the key pillars of a fascist movement.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. That's just the way it is. It's gonna get gross before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully,
I grew up when it was kind of gross before, so I was bullied a lot for me being me. So
yeah. Hopefully,
and I'm not.
Hopefully, the internet will. Yeah, hopefully the internet will break apart this alliance very quickly. Hopefully before midterms, and we'll figure something out.
So I'll put it this way, right? Just because you play games doesn't mean you can't be a manly man. One of the linebackers for the Eagles has a Smash Bros combo video from Melee. He has a Melee combo video from a tournament that he participated in.
Nice.
Super Bowl ring.
Nice. I will also tell people that there's a subreddit that you can get on, which is Femboy Mechanics. They work on cars, transmissions. They got some great hips. I mean tips. Anyways, oh no, not that either. No. Oh no. End of the show. No. Anyways.
Alrighty, so
That's
add those sus points. It's fine.
But no. Whatever manly hobby you think men should have, trust me, there's a femboy that's doing it. Any hobby you think is, obviously feminine, there's a lot of quote unquote macho masculine men doing it. Hobbies are just hobbies. Everyone can do it. Anyone can do a hobby as long as they have the capability to do that hobby or the need or want to be a part of that hobby space. We've been through all this again. And I think the idea of gatekeep considering like a certain hobby that's not hurting anyone as a moral failing. No, heck no. I would be he should probably be more concerned if his daughter was dating someone with like a with a terrible vice. I will like terrible vices: drinking, smoking, driving fast. Listening to the thick-headed libertarian shows. Those moral failings.
Collecting magic cards, more failings.
Oh yeah, especially magic cards.
Oh gosh, those are the worst.
Yeah, those are the worst. Especially you blue deck people.
Hey, black and red all the way, baby.
Fuck control decks. Me and my homies hate control decks.
All right, that's gonna be some hate on that one. Anyways, speaking of hate, though, I will say, like, thank you all those people who gave shade and hate to Dear Leader. I appreciate all you. He deserves it. Send him some more. I think Krista gave him the best one, which she's on here because right now, while we're taping this one, she's at Liberty and Chill in Fort Wayne, so she's having fun doing that. So, I would be there too, but I figure you guys would be mad if I left to go drink on a Monday night.
Why are they doing it on a Monday night? I don't understand.
Because they're cool than us. Okay. The fact that they want to turn up on a Monday night after the Superb Owl, that's extra cool points to me. Okay. That's hardcore. Well, I also assume they just never stopped drinking. They just kept going. They just kept going. Took the day off. Day drinked it. It's like we'll sleep this off later.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No. All right. Next topic.
Am I going to talk about the big game? Is that what we get this out
of
right now?
Yeah, fine. We talked about the big game. We've danced around the big game most of the episode, anyways.
Chiefs lost, so they didn't three-peat. They didn't just lose; they got absolutely destroyed. It wasn't even a close game. It was 24-0 at halftime. The Eagles had more points than the Chiefs had yards at halftime.
Wow!
The pick six that Patrick Mahomes threw in the first half was the longest pass he made in the first half.
What happened?
The Eagles
had their number.
Not just had their number. They called 0 blitzes and got 6 sacks and 16 pressures. And one of those stacks was a strip sack, and then Mahomes threw 2 interceptions, 1 to pick 6. They blitzed 0 times.
So what's telling me is that the defensive coordinator found a weakness.
Oh, absolutely.
In the offensive line that they were able to exploit without having the blitz to do it.
He destroyed their offense.
Like you have to turn left. If you go left on this one guy, you can't do it. So you can just constantly go. That's something like that is what happens.
Mm-hmm. They just
destroyed it, and Kansas City couldn't recover from it.
Yeah, no matter what Kansas City tried to do, they tried to shift the line, they tried to move the pocket, they tried to gadget block, nothing. Still kept getting hit after hit after hit, and then before the end of the first quarter, you see that he is seeing ghosts already.
He
is seeing ghosts already.
Why don't they run the ball?
They couldn't. They were down 24-0 at halftime.
Jesus. God damn.
They went 1 for 8 on third down in the first half.
Oof. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. So that's when Taylor started doing shots, right? It's going to be a rough one.
It's just like it wasn't even close, and like the whole thing was going into it was like the Chiefs had to shut down Saquon Barkley, the Eagles running back, because he was the team going into it. He officially has more rushing yards in the entire season, including the playoffs, in NFL history.
Nice.
And
he used to be on my fantasy team. Him and Jalen Hurts used to both be on my fantasy team when he played for different teams.
But now they're together. It's like, oh, my points.
Yeah. Then we had to do a redraft with, empty it out, no keepers. Lost him.
Yeah. But
hated it.
He got 2 yards of rush. They were still down 24-0 at halftime. At one point, it was 40-6. The game ended 22-40.
They playing basketball?
The second touchdown Chiefs scored.
Yeah.
The Eagles have already dumped the Gatorade on their coach before the 2-minute warning.
They're like, it's over. Yeah, it's over at that point. It's over. You might as well call up.
I don't know
how many commercials you want to run.
If you had a Manning in there, maybe. Peyton did with 2 minutes to go when they were down by 4 touchdowns. Won that game.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
They had no timeout. Literally, the backup
there wasn't a Manning playing
in the game.
That's awesome.
Like he played actual snaps in the Super Bowl.
That's good for him. That's good that he gets to play in the Super Bowl,
awesome.
Right? You know what I mean?
That's how stomped the Chiefs were in that game.
Because everybody else on the team can get in easy without a problem, right? But change that backup quarterback getting some plays, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't even dressed. I'm sure he had to go tell him to go put his uniform on. He's probably
stuck on.
What? I'm in the car.
I just got shorts on underneath.
I'm scared to start.
Sure, it's fine.
Puts the glizzy down. Dang it! I ordered nachos.
And the funniest thing is that because of him, Steelers fans are okay with the Eagles winning because their backup quarterback was the quarterback the Steelers drafted like 3 years ago and couldn't do anything with. So he got into the game. It's like, he won a Super Bowl ring. I predicted it. I said he would.
Said he would. I told y'all. He could.
He should have cut us, but he did. He did though. He got a ring though.
Yeah.
So that game was not close. The Chiefs got destroyed. It was hilarious. People were saying that it was Tom Brady's fault since he was one of the commentators of the game, and said that Tom Brady is 2-0 against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
I know.
As a joke, obviously.
It would have been funny if did Brady mention like, well, I checked their air pressure. It was good.
No, I'm just saying that defensive coordinator is going to be getting a head coach job next year.
He had been a head coach before, but now he went to be a defensive coordinator because he had some issues. But
who was his defensive coordinator? Yeah, who was
Vic Fangio?
Oh, Fangio. Okay, yeah, I know Fangio.
Yep. See, Ryan
he's good.
Here's but he destroyed them. It wasn't even close. And it was amazing to see because going into that game, basically it was everyone else versus the Chiefs when it came to everyone but the Cowboys versus the Chiefs. Because the Cowboys are suffering because the Eagles have now won 2 Super Bowls since they've been to the AFC Championship game.
Poor Cowboys.
I don't feel bad for them.
I don't feel bad about the Cowboys one bit.
I don't feel bad for them.
Not for a second.
Not at all.
They deserve it all. Every bit of it.
But throughout the season, the Chiefs kept winning a bunch of close games, but from a lot of ticky-tacky penalty flags. Patrick Mahomes is getting to LeBron level flopping to getting roughing the passer calls.
Well, like, what is he, like 38 now?
No. He's still way young. Mahomes is like, I don't think he's 30 yet. I think he might be still in the late 20s. But like he threw the ball. The defender ran back by him and touched his arm. And they're like, roughing the passer.
Yep.
Roughing the passer. They got so many good calls on their end throughout the year. But in this game, there was a blatant miscall against the Chiefs where an Eagles defender literally almost shoved his helmet off of his entire head because he got that much pressure just slammed into him. They didn't call it. It should have been a face mask for sure, but they didn't call it. But that was a trend this year because there was the Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. He had 2 face mask penalties that weren't called, where you can literally see his head go in the opposite direction of his body.
Oof.
Because of how bad the face mask flag was, and no one called it. They didn't call it.
Okay. My neck hurts thinking about all those.
So they lost. It was hilarious.
Yep.
And then there's the other thing that my favorite comments about it was like, so how was that football game around the Kendrick Lamar concert? Hi, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Welcome back. So, like, going back to something that we talked about on this show already, the Kendrick versus Drake beef,
Yep.
Kendrick got the halftime show.
Nice.
Was given the halftime show. It was led off by Uncle Sam Jackson. He's like, it's me, Uncle Sam. He wore the hat. He wore the red, white, and blue in the hat, and was constantly criticizing him. He's like, you're acting too ghetto. And obviously, the obvious things they would go with for that because he was also sending a message because like all of his dancers were wearing red, white, and blue, and like when he did one of the songs, they were all standing around him at dressed lined up as the American flag.
Beautiful.
While he was singing humble. Sit down, be humble.
except for the one dancer with the Palestinian flag, but that's a whole other story.
They could have zoomed in him getting his ass beat though.
I was like, they're gonna arrest him and try to charge him with something. I'm like, come on, no, yeah. They finally just said we're not gonna charge him anything and let him go because they realized that would really be ugly looking.
But like he had a fun set. He went through a bunch of things throughout the set. He teased doing "Not Like Us," which is a 5-time Grammy Award-winning song, on record and song of the year.
Oh man!
And during the set, they're like, "I want to do the song they all love, but they want to sue. People he like to sue." And he's like, let me think about it. Let me slow it down. And he did his 2 songs with SZA. And then eventually he goes out to actually do it. He's like, I got to do this song for the culture. not just because I got amplified. Just straight up calling it, and it's not like us. And it's so hilarious. Like when he does it, there's a moment because the camera is on him. He's walking around in a circle, and he goes, "Say Drake, I hate it like I'm young." And you see him just cheesing. He's looking dead at the camera, like, "Say Drake, I hate it like I'm young." Mind you, the whole time, the whole performance, he had a chain with a lowercase a on it. The A minor, of course.
Yeah.
And when he did the trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor, everyone in the crowd, the entire stadium, said it for him.
Yep. It was loud. I saw the A minor flag. I saw that.
They had the A minor. Oh my god, it's just like
yeah.
It's beautiful. It was a great performance. The performance was really well done.
Mhm.
It honestly connects to everything we were talking about because the way his performance was set up was meant to look like the face buttons on a controller. So it has like the X, the triangle, the circle, and the square.
Mhm.
And like at the end of the performance, it literally said "Game Over" and the lights in the crowd. You know, one of the song he did with SZA is a song from the Black Panther soundtrack
Mhm.
that got really popular when it came out. You know, and then of course it being the Super Bowl, and of course Sam Jackson was there. You know, Nick Fury, one
Mhm.
of the most character assassinated characters in the MCU. But we
Yeah,
won't get there right now. But
we're gonna
but the
talk
whole
about that.
with the whole performance was him going through a bunch of different of his songs, things like linking together, and him because he did part of Euphoria as well. So he did two of his diss tracks in the performance. But it's really fun, and like seeing certain people's reactions to it. You know, all the negative ones are like, "Oh my god, the rap isn't real music," or "Oh my god, they did this to show blah 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 blah."
Mhm.
Um, the the fun reactions are people who are like, "Hey, I don't know who this guy is. I'm just watching the Super Bowl, but
Mhm.
I feel represented by having the right here in the middle of the screen, just a bunch of black people celebrating, dressed as the American flag,
Mhm.
celebrating the Super Bowl
Yep.
all together on TV."
Mhm.
And this performance was the first Super Bowl performance ever where the company of the performer,
Mhm.
Kendrick's company, 100% did all of it. It's
Mm.
all a performance all by done solely by his company, no outside influence, no outside
Nice.
anybody else. It was all 100% done by him, for him, and in the people around him. And then of course you get the fun stuff like the fact that he brought Serena Williams to
Oh
Crip
yeah,
Walk
that's
out when
awesome.
during Not Like Us, because not only did she do it at Wembley at one point, people
Wimbledon.
criticized
Yep.
her for
Yep.
doing it
Hmm.
for Wimbledon, but there was also the whole fact that Drake stalked her for a really long time. Like they dated
Yeah.
and they broke up, and he's like stalked her and kept talking about her all the time for no reason.
Hmm.
So, and like throwing like disparaging remarks and constantly
Yeah.
bringing her name up in public for just to try to put her down.
Right.
So let's put her on here too, just to shit on him even more.
Yeah.
Stomp on the grave, get
Hmm.
him out of here.
Hmm.
But just that smile when he says Drake's name directly into the camera, the crowd all yelling A minor all at the same time.
Hmm.
The simple fact that the performance was specifically designed to like represent that he's still part of like bringing his culture of Compton to the thing, because like, there's a
Hmm.
part of it where he does some of the songs off of GNX where
Hmm.
it's him and a bunch of his people, and it's in front of like a street corner.
Yeah.
He's like built it to be a street corner with the street lamp, and it's
Hmm.
just like this
Hmm.
corner of the thing just to represent where he came from.
Yep.
Even going there, I mean, he even showed up on the GNX. He
Hmm.
stood on top of the Grand National before he came out, since that's the name of the album and
Yep.
everything.
Amazing
But
car.
and it was one of the things where you knew that he was the last song he was going to do was TV off, because literally the last line in the song is "Walking to New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling mustard," and like and and when you could also hear the crowd all yell it too. It's a fun performance. The people who don't want to like it aren't gonna like it. You know,
Yeah.
it's a rap performer
Hmm.
performing a bunch of rap songs. Some of them off a new album that came out like 3
Right.
months ago,
Hmm.
and the only like big hits he did were he did DNA and Humble, and
Yeah.
then Not Like Us,
Hmm.
which is the hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people, they're just either like they didn't want it. One, they didn't give it a chance. Two, they didn't want to see black people. Three,
Yep.
they didn't want to see black people. Four, they haven't listened to new music probably in 10 years anyways. You
Right.
know? Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, but the people who spent the $6,000 tickets to be there, they enjoyed it. They loved it. You didn't buy the ticket. You sat at home. So
right.
Yeah. Why would they do a halftime show for you? You're just at home watching ads. That's for the person who's there spending the big bucks, not you. And not you. Yeah.
So I enjoyed the halftime performance. I watched it. I watched it again before we get on here because it's on the NFL YouTube channel, the whole performance. I thought it was done really well, especially with him having to censor a lot of lines of some of the songs.
Yeah,
because he couldn't just say pedophile on.
He changed the line in that one. I heard he changed that one line.
He didn't change it. It switched to a scream because like a child scream. Basically the same thing. Yeah. So it was. I thought it was really well done, especially just stomping on his grave. It's just masterpiece. I have never the Dave Chappelle sketch of the hater of the year. Kendrick Lamar won it last year, walked into this year holding it high above his head.
Yeah. No one's taking that from him.
No L's seen on that side.
Yeah. Yep. The only way Drake can come back now is
you have to kill him. You have to kill him.
Either A, have to kill him. B, be on the rocket to Mars and diss him there.
Go somewhere else.
It's like, you ain't on Mars. It's like
you wait on Mars, and then in the shadows like, what did you say?
What did you say?
No, not here too.
Been here. Man.
But with that,
been here, flew Virgin Atlantic. Oh, no. No.
Oh my god.
Terrible.
But with that, we can lead to the other stuff because, like I said, they did perform a thing off of Black Panther, and we did get 2 comic book trailers since the last episode.
Oh,
we did talk about Superman when it came out. We did get the Fantastic Four trailer.
It's about that bull. Oh.
You don't need no bull. The only bull I need is this bull, which was a thing that they did show at the Puppy Bowl of.
I watched that.
Guy Gardner, as Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, like showing him like, oh, the only bull I need is this bull, and he touches his fucking bull cut.
And it looks really good as Guy Gardner, though. It looks really good. But other people, if you don't like, you have to explain it to people to look because people are like, this looks weird. Like, okay, hold on, you have to understand.
That's funny,
right? You have to understand,
right? Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like, for people who don't know who Guy Gardner is, like, this is lame. I don't want to watch this. The people who do is like, this is lame. I have to watch this.
Right. I have to watch this. He's got, I'm probably going to end up watching the movie just for that. I'm good. He's got me. I didn't want to like it. Trust me. I don't want to like it. I want to hate it.
But Nathan Fillion, though,
right.
He just has me by my heart.
Does. I'm not a Superman fan. I hate Superman. He's boring. He's stupid. He's lame.
What, you don't like that the same month Superman comes out, we're getting that, the Smurfs movie, the new Jurassic World movie, and Fantastic Four all in the same month?
God, one of those look like trash, by the way. Not gonna say which one.
But the Fantastic Four.
It's the Jurassic one. Have you seen that trailer? That looks like awful garbage.
Yeah, I mean,
looks like awful garbage. See that?
That series is I don't know what to say about the Jurassic Park World series at all. It's just sad.
God damn. It's like, we at the other. It's like, how many islands? I don't know, man. I'm just done.
Other island. Yeah.
Other island. And the other. I'm like, all dinosaurs are violent and vicious. They're like, well, this one's even more so. more vicious than the other villains? I don't understand. Then what's the point?
You guys built a goddamn amusement park around dinosaurs in one of your movies.
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
I know. Yeah, and every other movie is just dealing with the consequences of it for stupid reasons.
Exactly.
Honestly, it would be a better movie. It's just like the dinosaurs breaking containment and humans having to deal with that now.
You know, it'd be a better Jurassic Park movie.
What?
Dino Crisis.
If they use the tech to do Dino Crisis, yes. I'd watch that. That's probably in license hell though. Trying to do that
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Marines fighting dinosaurs.
I'd watch that. Probably better than Monster Hunter World. I don't know how that got a sequel.
But the Fantastic Four trailer did drop on Tuesday, the day after we did the last episode.
Yep. Got to move that vehicle.
I hear Ben's getting a lot of complaints.
Yeah. Too many clothes.
Well, some people are complaining that, yeah. But it's weird. There's just like a bit of his design that just like makes him feel off. Like his head feels too small to be on his body.
Squished. I think squished is the right word. Too squished.
It just doesn't feel like it fits the body.
Although if you look at the comic, it kind of fits with the comic a little bit.
Depends on which
version. More than the original, yeah.
Depends on which artist draws it. But he just kind of looks And like it's one of those things where it's like they predominantly showed him in the trailer. And the other thing they didn't show is they didn't show Pedro Pascal stretching at all. And people are like, how bad is that stretching CGI? What'd they do? Why are they hiding it? Why are they hiding the stretching CGI? What the fuck did they do to him?
I'm guessing Netflix probably has the best stretch CGI people. They all were like, we're One Piece fans. We're going to go over there. Like, crap. Who do we have? We've got the B team. The A team's working on Netflix. Luffy's does a lot.
Right, because you saw the thing. You saw Human Torch flame on. Yep. You saw Sue use her be invisible and use her barriers. But no stretching. You saw no stretching for Pedro Pascal. And also, it's a period piece. And Galactus is there. Right. And I have questions.
Gotta move that vehicle.
I have a lot of questions. Like, because now, where do they go? So you have to explain away how, because they showed in the trailer and all the posters that everybody loved the Fantastic Four, knew about them, celebrated them as these icons, and we believe in the Fantastic Four. So, and you've already introduced Galactus, who should have been his own villain for a whole, you could probably did a whole phase centered around Galactus is coming.
Right. Yep.
So Galactus is there. I don't know why. Are you going to tell me that all the Fantastic Four went to the negative zone? Is that where they're going to be for this entire thing? You already did the quantum realm, so might as well shove them in the negative zone. So that's why they couldn't be a part of Civil War or the Snap or anything that they would reasonably be a part of in any way, shape, and form.
Be also weird that Shield or Sword or whatever it's calling itself never mentions
Galactus. Two different things, yeah.
Yeah, or Galactus. Yeah, exactly. The Shield or Sword, or either one.
Yeah,
the Sword is in space. Yeah. They call Galactus.
Yeah, it's okay. They at least someone's going to eventually going to mention the other being in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
What are these coming up, right? Right.
Of course,
Captain America at least going to do that, right?
We might get Norrin Rad eventually because he's not the Silver Surfer in this movie. It's his wife.
Nice.
His wife is the Silver Surfer in this movie. So we'll see if we get the original Silver Surfer at some point.
No, you won't.
They both had the power cosmic before, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt there. But
I'm not.
Also, like, why not just do Doom? Or just like at least introduce Doom? Or the best idea I saw is that there's a character in the trailer that no one knows who he is in the movie, and they say he should be Mole Man. Just make the first villain for the Fantastic Four Mole Man.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing Galactus?
So
you're telling me that Shield didn't know? Like Tony wanted to build a suit of armor around the planet to protect the planet because he saw that things could happen in space, and you're telling me the world knew about Galactus? What?
Yeah. Tell me Wakanda was like, oh yeah, we use that for when Galactus shows up.
So I really, really desperately want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to. But they burned me so many times.
Yeah. I'm hoping with the other people that Galactus shows up at the end and he like beats the Fantastic Four and eats their Earth and they go into a multiverse and then that's how it gets them into the MCU.
I mean,
that's the boat that I'm on.
That's better than the Galactus being around the whole time.
Yes. Yes. And then getting to the modern MCU and then warning about Galactus.
But Galactus isn't in the time schedule, bruh. We got Doom. We have to deal with. We didn't see in the Fantastic Four trailer.
Are we really getting Doom?
According to them.
Well, you think it's just a troll that you?
No, Disney and Marvel all announce things that sometimes they might not pan out. They might actually get a movie or take a decade to happen or something may happen.
Hey. There's only one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
Technically, it was a Blade TV show.
That don't count.
Yeah, I know.
That don't count. But, and then at the Super Bowl, you got the trailer for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, everyone loves the Thunderbolts.
And my God, it shows you how much they've ruined their villain roster in the MCU just by killing all their villains. Because the Thunderbolts is a team of villains. The characters they show on this thing are Black Widow's sister, who wasn't a villain. She was just trained in the Red Room. She wasn't a villain.
Okay.
Even in the Black Widow movie, you have her dad, who was in prison because he was a bad guy, but he really wasn't a bad guy because he was working with Black Widow the entire Black Widow movie.
Yep.
Nerfed as fuck Taskmaster, who is who's the daughter of the guy who ran the Red Room, who just taught her to be really good at doing stuff. Instead of Taskmaster, a man with eidetic memory to the point where he can copy how Captain America fights by watching him fight once.
Ruined Taskmaster.
You have Ghost, a villain for the second Ant-Man movie that people like. I don't even remember she was a character until they were like, Ghost is in this movie. I was like,
it's got Ghost.
Who? What was her deal? Oh wait. Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's all I know. That's all I can remember about that character. That she can like phase into the quantum realm, I think.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make more sense because the quantum realm's
it's like phase in and out of subspace.
And then Bucky.
Yeah,
because we gotta give him something to do because we didn't give him Captain America, so we gave it to Falcon.
Which I don't understand that makes this. Why could they just let Bucky be Captain America? I don't understand that.
Yeah. Then you have U.S. Agent.
Dumb.
Yeah. Because I would watch a Captain. I would watch a Bucky Captain America movie.
Bucky versus Red Hulk makes way more sense than Falcon versus Red Hulk.
Makes for sense.
Period.
But I would also watch a Falcon. I would watch a Falcon and Captain America movie, which keep those two team back up, but give him the freaking shield because he's got the super arm.
He has the Wakandan arm.
Right.
Wakanda gave him this arm.
Right. It could have
Right.
did cool
So-
jokes like that hand could do
That's-
handshakes. Okay.
So explain to me this. Captain America gave the shield to Falcon instead of Bucky.
Yes.
Why? Because Bucky was his oldest, dearest friend for a long, long time, right? Did I miss something? And because I didn't see Civil War? Or...
No, I don't know.
It doesn't
makes
make
no sense.
any
It
sense.
makes no sense. It makes none whatsoever.
He had such trauma for not being able to save Bucky, and then having him. I mean, it's just. I know in the comics, it's much easier. It's Bucky was Captain America for a long time.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but you see, Falcon was Captain America sooner than Bucky was. So because it's the most recent version of Captain America, we had to make him Captain America,
which is stupid.
Right. I guess I didn't know Falcon was Captain America at one point. So in the comics, but
so
at least there's some basis. It wasn't just pulled out of the ass.
Right. No. It's still stupid. It was stupid in the comics, and it's stupid now.
Yeah. The reason he wasn't Captain America anymore because he goes to a different dimension where he ages in the different dimension, and his super soldier serum gets pulled out. It's dumb. It's stupid. And then they made him the head of Shield while he was old. It's a whole mess. And the only reason he came back to being normal is because he became freaking Hydra Cap. Just sad.
Hell, Hydra. Anyways, no.
So and then you have U.S. Agent who had the most potential in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show to be interesting. And there's a lot of moments in that show where he was kind of right. And Falcon and Winter Soldier were kind of being dicks.
Yeah.
For no reason.
No reasons. Yeah, he was kind of in the right. Which I don't want. I was like, oh man, it's right. No,
it was like, you got if we're sanctioned to take care of this, let us take care of this. Like, no.
Yeah.
Why? You're just getting in our way. Just let us do our job. Like, no, we have to do it.
Yeah, they side with the terrorist, Wakandan terrorist, encroaching on another country's sovereignty again, nearly killing people.
Right. So the character with the most interesting story that was basically shoved out of the story because he was no longer the villain by the end. Yeah,
the moment, man, if they would have, Mahler said right, if they would have killed, if Wakanda would have killed the current Captain America from throwing that freaking spear, all hell would have broke loose. So messed up,
And then you have Bob, the fucking Sentry. You cannot convince me that these fucking characters could fight the Void. There is no way in hell you can convince me that these characters can fight the Void.
Only two of them could probably take. These guys could take the Netflix to the Luke Cage. Okay, I get if they had to fight the Defenders from Netflix, I'd be rooting for Danny Rand. Yeah, sorry, I'm rooting for Danny. It's like what? Nah, Bucky's cool.
And he's neat.
I know.
I mean, I'm trying to find the image.
Honestly, that was probably what happened. Jessica Jones started fucking fighting Bucky. Like, what's your deal? I don't know. I'm just with these guys. You want to leave them? Want to move here? It's like, what? I can come on your show? Yeah, come on. See you, losers. See you. We drinking using the swear words now.
Jesus Christ. I can't find it, but there's a comic book series where they're dealing with the Sentry. And he's getting talked to by Captain America and Iron Man and Professor X. And they ask him to come outside. And he comes outside, and every hero on Earth is standing outside of his house.
Oh, no.
Because he's fucking Superman. The Sentry is like, you're coming with us because we all have to be here just in case you activate the evil part of yourself, because you're so powerful, your only villain is the dark part of yourself called the Void. So you're telling me that 3 characters from a spinoff that was technically a prequel that went out of its way to ruin the character that it was meant to be about, a villain, probably, arguably, the worst villain from before, like from the first arc of the series, U.S. agent who could have been interesting, and Bucky is going to defeat basically Superman? Fuck off. Fuck off.
People love Suicide Squad kill the Justice League.
No, it's just like, oh my god, I fucking can't. And like they're like, oh yeah, it's Thunderbolts asterisk, because they're not going to be called the Thunderbolts by the end of the movie, because they don't want to be called the Thunderbolts, because Bucky doesn't like the name in the trailer. That's not a joke.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
It's dumb.
And now just imagine all of the villains they could have used that they hadn't murdered.
Yeah, if they didn't murder, they could,
Man, you know what would have been really cool?
What, Mysterio?
Claw. Ulysses Claw, who got killed by Killmonger.
Mysterio.
Killmonger.
Also Killmonger, yeah. God.
Fucking half of, like, almost any movie that had a Marvel villain died. And now you're just left with these characters to be your evil team.
Yeah, because they allow these writers to kill them. It's like, listen, this MCU is going on too long for you to kill villains. You can't kill them.
Yeah, and then that's all they fucking did.
Yeah, unless heroes start dropping, you can't kill the villains either.
It's so bad. It's like, okay, so who's the villain for Doctor Strange? Scarlet Witch, obviously. Why? Because she's the villain we have left. She's the villain. By the way, when she was filming WandaVision, she got the script for Multiverse of Madness, where she's the villain in Multiverse of Madness. So she literally has an interview where she's talking about, like, I was doing WandaVision, and then in this new script, I'm the villain. And I was like, what? Like, how did we get here?
To be fair, in WandaVision, she is also the villain.
Yes, agreed. But I do agree that she is the villain in that story. However, she didn't realize they were going to make her a demonic monstrosity that could break time and space and do shit like, I'm going to just go out of the mirror dimension with no effort from something that we've established can only be left through sling ring. But
they do say in WandaVision that she's going to be, the Scarlet Witch and the Chaos Magic and mightier than the Sorcerer Supreme themselves and all that stuff. So that's when they knew that was going to happen, because they'd already had the script together. So. Right.
So, but she didn't know, because she was just filming the series and had no idea until she got the script for the next one.
Yeah, which
is frustrating.
Yeah, it would have to be completely frustrating.
So here's my this. They've completely
and then she self-deletes.
They've nuked so many of these characters. Like, I don't know what, like, they're gonna have to rely hard on the new villains, because that's the only thing they have.
Yeah,
it's like, well, you have to rely hard on Doom, because we can't have Kang anymore.
Can't have Kang.
He's gone. He's gone now. The actor was problematic. Gone.
They ruined Mandarin.
Both versions of the Mandarin.
Yep.
Mandarin.
It's really frustrating, because Kang was actually
right.
The actor was really good at that role. It was very interesting what he was doing with it, and it just sucks.
Yeah, but he's problematic. So Kang's gone. So now you have no Kang. You have no Mandarin. You have
Loki's a hero.
No Loki. Hella's gone. Hella lost. She can't do Hella.
Loki's gone for good now, so there's no more Loki there.
So is Loki. There you go.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm not.
Unless it could be an alternate version of Loki, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not keeping up on
another variant.
I mean, technically, that version of Loki was an alternate version of Loki anyway, because that's the one that got it through the time travel. So
because the proper one's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So Killmonger's gone. Claw's gone. Like, what were the like Ultron's gone?
Yeah, Ultron.
Ultron's gone.
Right. Which honestly, I really would hope they would do that in a post-credit scene, like someone like reboots Ultron. Honestly, like if that happened, I would watch an Ironheart movie if she accidentally brings back Ultron.
Well, what would happen? So at the end of WandaVision, Vision opens up White Vision's memories.
Right.
What if when he opened up those memories, there was a piece of Ultron still in there?
Yeah, you do something like that.
But that character is gone. We have not seen him since WandaVision. He's disappeared.
Yeah, but they keep referencing him. They referenced him in Agatha. A lot. You know, they said last I heard they were using him for spare parts, right? So they mention him, but they don't say, what happened to him.
Yep.
They also say Scarlet Witch is still alive too, but maybe who knows?
Who knows? The only thing strong enough to kill her is her.
It's so infuriating. Whoa! How dare you, sir? America Chavez can also hit her, and is more powerful than Captain Marvel, Captain America, Black Bolt, and Mr. Fantastic. Oh, and Charles Xavier. America Chavez is stronger than all of them, don't you see? Because she can hit Wanda and not be like manipulated by her magic.
God, if the Illuminati would have fought the Scarlet Witch, and I don't care if they would have died, but her limping away and just being abused, it set her up to be beaten by Doctor Strange because the Illuminati just took her down. It's like no.
They fucked it up. So you know what should have happened? Reed goes, "Oh, she's here." Presses the button on that remote he had that teleported him into the room, and teleports her away. Gone. Yeah.
Moving on. That should have been the smart move. Is like, boom. All right, she's gonna come back here. Here's the plan.
Right. Gone.
Yep. Now we've got time to prep time.
Teleported. Technology, not magic. Can't manipulate it. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Like, nah, I'm gonna try to grab her with my stretchy arm, even though I'm the smartest person in the world.
Right. Yeah.
The MCU hurts me on an emotional level, but I put in so much time investment into this series, and it hurts me to see that they didn't learn what Iron Man was. Iron Man, the original Iron Man movie, was exactly like how Iron Man made his suit. They built the MCU out of a box of scraps. Because at that point, all of their big characters were already sold off to other companies. They had no Hulk. They had no Spider-Man. They had no X-Men. They had no Fantastic Four. They had no Daredevil. They had all these characters that were no longer theirs. So they had to pick characters that nobody cared about. The Avengers were the D-listers. Even though they were the mightiest heroes, no one gave a fuck about them. Even in their own cartoon shows, you never got Iron Man or Cap on the team. It was run by Wasp and Hank and different versions of those characters.
Yep, because they're off doing other things on their more popular series.
Right, so they had to take Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and Black Widow and fucking Hawkeye and make a universe out of it.
God.
They take these characters that meant nothing, that had all this history that nobody really knew, that they knew Iron Man was a drunk, they knew Captain America was Playboy, a stickler for America, and then Thor is yay verily. Like they only saw Thor as classic comic book old English Thor.
Mm-hmm.
And they took these characters, gave them character, chose the right actors, infused them with all this pizzazz and all these things that showed who these characters were, and built them up to be something that people cared about. Look at the Netflix Marvel shows.
Yeah.
People knew of Daredevil, but they knew of Daredevil because of the stupid Ben Affleck movie. Like,
Right.
oh, that's so super dumb. It's like, cool. Here's a grounded. He gets his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
He does not stand a chance half the time, but
Yep.
he's gonna keep fucking fighting because that's what he believes is right. Then you have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. There's so many people who had no fucking idea who Jessica Jones was.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There are so many people who had no idea who the Purple Man was.
Mm-hmm.
And David Tennant's performance made him a fucking creepy asshole. By the way, another villain dead.
Oh yeah, he'd be good. God, man.
But his performance bled life into a character that nobody knew about. And the issue is that they're just grabbing things and not taking the time to learn from what made them successful before. They're just grabbing and go. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this.
Mm-hmm. Go make
Right.
Take this, play with this, and they're not taking also the time to like having a good plan with all the writers. Like, hey, this is the plan. This is how everything link up. Let's have cool ideas. So like like we can reference each other's movies.
Here's our villain for this.
Yep.
And anything that comes after it, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
But they didn't do that. They've been casting people that didn't really fit the roles. That's why you have a bunch of people who didn't like Captain Marvel, because not only was she badly written, the performance made her come off as very arrogant, and then they had to change her in the comics to match that when she, as a character, was insecure, felt like a sideline character, and always wanted to be popular. So in House of M, when all their wishes were granted, she was the most popular superhero in the world. That's who that character was. A character who lost all of her powers because of Rogue touching her for too long. When Rogue was a villain, that's why Rogue can fly and has all the powers that she does. Who had to come back from basically nothing.
Yeah.
But no, let's make her a condescending asshole for no reason. You've lost the reason why this character is interesting. Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie was interesting because he was a flawed character who had issues, who was a playboy, who knew he was intelligent, but he also was learning how to be a hero, trying to figure out how not to be this warmongering monster who just killed people because he realized at the end of the day I caused the pain that that led to my own destruction.
Yeah, he got super humbled right away, and then he had and then he's dealing with all of that after the fact, right?
Yep.
And then all the characters that are like these super powerful characters get humbled, and they're shown as a person to grow to be something better. And the only characters that weren't humbled were the ones that were not powerful characters, but they got their own moments, their own strengths. One of the best parts of the first Avengers movie was Black Widow interrogating Loki.
Yep.
And her using his attacks on her, which she openly admit hurt her on a deep and emotional level. The concept of the man who gave her a second chance would murder her and then be the last person to and then right as she's dying realize that he's the one that did it, and that led him to let his guard down enough to reveal his plan, where she could immediately turn on him and go, "Ha, I got you. Thank you for your service," and walks away. And then you compare her to what they did to her in the movie, which, this person who taught her everything she knows about manipulation has a special pheromone that makes any of the girls trained in the Red Room can't kill him. How does she get out of this? She slams her face on the table and breaks her own nose so she can't smell the pheromones. No manipulation, none of that. So this man who apparently is such a master at espionage and combat that he was able to create the Red Room, and a series of assassins got riled up by her basically saying that he has a small dick and her breaking her own nose so that way she doesn't kill him. She doesn't manipulate him. She doesn't do any of the things that made her an interesting character. And then you made this villain dumb as fuck for no reason.
Yeah. That was that's some lazy writing. And I hit my head. It's like, you have all of Shield, right. And it would have been like neat that like she was like, yeah, you're probably right, but like Nick figured that out. What? Yeah.
You have a reason to explain it. You have there's so many other things. Hell, the plan that they made in it wasn't Civil War. Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Where she disguised herself as somebody else with the fake face and using that as a way to infiltrate and take care of things.
Yep.
You know, it's just
super spy.
Right. They used her and not to mention that the Black Widow movie was like this character who's all about family and the found family she made from the Avengers because she didn't have a family. She was trained in the Red Room. Conveniently, one of the first lines she has in Black Widow is, well, I work better alone.
Yeah, even in the first bit.
Mind you, this movie takes place directly after Civil War, where she specifically sabotaged Black Panther from getting to Cap and Bucky so they can escape. And she's like, I work better alone. And she forgot about her own fucking sister and didn't go look for her, didn't have S.H.I.E.L.D. try to find her, anything along those lines.
Years.
She was just like, so I thought you'd be better off without me.
Yeah, whatever.
So a great way to assassinate the character in the middle. And if you slide it in where it's supposed to go, it doesn't make sense.
Correct. Yeah. It would have been better if it's been a story like, no, I did try to come get you. Me and, it could have been like, could have shown like, gonna get a clip of Hawkeye and her doing some stuff with anything going on. Right. Like even a Red Skull episode, like flashback.
Or anything. Literally anything.
Like we tried. Like, remember that time that you were in Thailand? Yeah. Yeah, those explosions, that was freaking us. We were trying to come to get you.
Right. And it's just like, and then man, that movie's so frustrating. But yeah, it saddens me to see that the MCU is where it is now, because we're stuck with hoping that the Fantastic Four does well, and hopefully that is what keeps them pushing forward, because at this point everything else on the horizon is murky at best, and then you have fucking Thunderbolts, which looks miserable.
Hoping
the color palette in that movie is a fucking 360 game, dude.
Okay, yeah, it does kind of look like the realism filter.
It was brown and black.
Yeah.
And all the characters have like no vibrant colors on it. Even the US agent who's supposed to have red, white, and blue across his chest, it was like really dulled red. I was like,
it looked black. It looked like it was wearing black stripes. Well, with any luck, maybe Galactus destroys the MCU and they have to reboot.
Oh my god! If they make the story that the Fantastic Four have to reboot the universe, that is ridiculous. I would be sad because there's because of how much time and investment we put into it beforehand, because all these characters that we actually cared about and enjoyed their stories of. But I mean, at this point, the multiverse has kind of ruined everything anyway.
Just reboot.
Oh man, reboot. It's Marvel. They don't reboot. That's the sad part. They don't reboot.
They could call it "This Is Our." They can reboot. It's not the comics. They can reboot. Right? They can reboot. They can let Galactus destroy the entire MCU. Take 10 years off. formulate a better plan, and just start over.
See, now that's coping. That's too far. They're not going to take 10 years off of anything. That's just making money. They're not going to take 10 years off of anything.
Take 10 years off?
Like off the timeline? Sure.
No.
But
sit down. Make a plan.
I agree.
10
They're
years.
not going to do that.
Make a solid plan.
Okay. Question. When was Aquaman 2?
Anyways.
That's what I thought. When was Aquaman 2? Because in between Aquaman 2 and now we've had the Batman, which is technically not in the DCEU. Because I'm pretty sure Aquaman 2 was the last one. I'm pretty sure Flash came out before that.
I don't remember. I don't care.
Yeah. But they totally took 10 years off to do this. Franchises are making too much money. We live in a culture of we need some monies. That's why we're still putting out Star Wars things, even though it's at its lowest, weakest point as a franchise in basically franchise history.
Yeah. It's fine.
They really for Star Wars, they really need to go and do what the game did. And go back to like 3,000 years before, when there was a bunch of Sith running around and it was like crazy stuff. That's what they should be doing.
Whoa. They did do that. They just retconned it and made it the Acolyte. Because that's what they call before the Old Republic. That's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
That's before the Old Republic.
Yeah, with Shadow Daddy and The Rock. Like in literal Boulder. That's a Jedi.
Oh yeah.
I'm not making that up, Ryan Holmes.
I know you're not.
He's looking at me like I'm not making that up. There's literally a boulder with robes. Also, why are the Jedi wearing robes? This is kind of stupid. I'm sorry. This looks dumb. So you all dressed the same for the last 1,000 years? Kind of stupid. Didn't update anything at all. Y'all look lame. Kind of lame.
But yeah, franchises print money, and
it actually does show like there is no black people in space, because that same outfit that many years, come on. Kind of lame.
What do you mean? You have the flip over dread guy from Acolyte.
Come on.
Because that's the one hairstyle they could think of.
It's the only hairstyle. Yeah, that's the only hairstyle you can have. Yeah, you get that one at a time. You get that one or bald. Anyways, speaking of money, say this last thing and then we're going to wrap it up here, because it's getting kind of long in the tooth here. It's nearly 10:30 as we record this thing. Valve banning Steam games that forces you to watch ads.
So I looked more in the article, because yes,
sounds good on the surface, right?
It was something that they'd already done. It was the first time they made a dedicated page about admin, about no ads, basically. And that people were complaining that it was like, oh, they're celebrating it like it's a new thing, because technically I didn't know they did this change until I read the article, and so it's like I shared it because that's all it was interesting. But yeah, the games that force you to watch ads or participate in ads are technically banned by Steam.
Yeah, but it's been that way. Yeah. That's why you don't see a lot of the the really terrible gotcha games aren't there. Yeah, they're on other platforms.
Right. They've kind of ripped those out where you have to like, watch this ad and you can get 10 crystals. Just keep watching these ads. You'll get more and more crystals for XYZ thing.
Right. Yeah. Which is neat, because majority of us all hate ads, advertisements. We understand like the need, but like we also think that people should try to find a different way to make money versus that. Also be satisfied with the money you get.
If I have the option to never watch ads again, I never will.
Well.
That's just my opinion, because at this moment in time, I am the victim of the binge watch culture. I wait till the whole thing comes out, then I watch it all.
Yep. Just don't want to watch ads. I don't want to watch ads. I don't. Yeah, I don't get. I get it. Like I also enjoy.
It should be a choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like when I get on Tubi and I watch the ads on Tubi, it feels freaking weird, if I have ads pop up, but I still do the exact same thing I did in the 90s. Oh, it's an ad. And I get up, go get popcorn and drink.
Right. See, in comparison now, it's like, oh man, I need to go to the bathroom. Pause. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna come back and do this. So I don't have to. And so if I only take 30 seconds to go get this drink out of the fridge and come back, then I can unpause it and not have to sit here for another 2.5 minutes of nothing.
Correct. Yeah. Of like these ads that are just stealing the very, unlike Reinhold, we're not immortal, so we don't have limited time spans. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the closest thing I get to ads is Google Discovery going, "Hey, here's this weird thing that this company did. Check it out." I was like, "What?" Like, "Oh yeah, here's pizza flavored cinnamon toast crunch."
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing. They teamed with Tostinos to make pizza flavored cinnamon toast crunch. Sounds absolutely fucking vile.
It's pretty fun.
But I only see that in Google Discovery, and Google Discovery is like, "Hey, check this out." That's the closest thing I get to ads in my life. I refuse. Hard refuse.
Yeah, it's like, oof, this is gross. But no, and not my video games, because like we're getting ready to get to the air. They're going to pull the trigger for $100 video games. They're taking more and more money out of us gamers. With the $100 video games, 2K plus graphics cards at the 5090 starts jumping up in price, close into the $3,000 that range now.
But here,
it's unattainable.
What? We can't have ads, but we also can't do live services either. I mean, come on. Veilguard would have been successful if it had live service elements, according to EA themselves, who claimed that if that game had live service elements to it, it would have done better.
I know, and I'm sick and tired of like these gaming companies when they talk about like, well, it costs as much to the host a server. You don't have to give us the ability to. No, it's just like, no, we'll host it. No, here, give me.
I don't want to relieve that control to other people.
Trust me, like there's still people hosting Sniper Elite servers and Left 4 Dead 2 servers and Team Fortress.
Dirty Bomb did that. They shut down and said, "Hey, as long as you guys are willing to have enough people paying for the rental of the servers, we'll keep the servers running."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you can still go play that game. It's been dead for like 6 years.
Right.
Yep.
And then we can just hope that what am I kidding? High risk.
What we're gonna do for Paladins?
They can't afford shit. High risk can't afford shit.
Just allow us to run the give us the code, let us run it. Let's let us hold on to it. Just let us hold on to it.
Yeah, we'll pay the bill. We'll pay the hosting and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's clearly just running on a Raspberry Pi or something, Probably just need bandwidth. I don't know what it needs,
I'm telling you, the only
386, man.
The only reason those servers aren't shut down is because it's like that fucking MacBook at that one place you worked at, where if you unplug it, the Smite 2 servers stop working.
Yeah.
So they have to keep that game up because if they unplug it, they're Smite 2
Which I'm thinking the main reason why they're doing Smite 2 is because Smite probably is connected to the Paladin stuff. Like you can't turn Paladins off and not break Smite.
Which would make sense.
Yeah,
absolutely makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So they're doing Smite 2 to get rid of that. Yeah, which I hope I hope every game is like when you're willing to shut the servers down, you allow the other people to give people the code so they can run the game. I hope Hi-Res does it. I think Paladins would become more popular if you could do land-based games, and I think that was the one thing that also was holding back kids esports team, other than the corruption.
What was holding back the esports team is doing esports in general. Esports is basically dead at this point, and that it's floundering money. And the only game I can think of that has anything that is actually successfully esportsing right now is CS2 because of the gambling. And then
also it's stable. It's freaking stable. Yeah. So you can train to it. That's the other problem with there was with Paladins like that. Well, we updated to change and added these characters. You can't really do that for a sports scene.
Right, and then they will. I mean, they do that with League of Legends, but League of Legends is at like its low point.
Yeah. Right.
And the only people who care about that game are Korean and Chinese players because they have PC bongs where you can pay the money to go play at, and they have no other option because they have to use their social security card to be allowed to play video games.
Yep.
So they're like, well, I guess we're gonna go play this one game because it's free.
Yep.
It's already on the computer.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a terrible state of gaming. Which I tell people, so what's gonna happen? Like, dude, like I'm the same thing I've been doing. I play old games, and I'm willing to wait till that price gets down to $20. Like everyone's like, when you play Cyberpunk, when the game gets down to $20, what? It's going to be the exact
sale.
The game is going to be the exact same way I play that game when I play it 5 years from now. I don't care.
Let me see. I think the last game I straight up bought was Hades 2, since it was in early access and it was on sale for like $5. And I was like, yeah, I'll get it now. So when it comes out, it's not $60. Hell yeah, I'll get it now.
And the last game I bought was Civilization 7, which is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow.
Right. Buying new games.
Yeah,
also,
it's Civ. It's Civ.
Don't pre-buy any games out there, guys. Don't stop that. Don't do that.
I didn't pre-order.
I'm not pre-buying anything. I didn't pre-buy.
Early access is different.
3-day early access.
Whoa, it's real early access. It's still the game is still like probably a year away from actually coming out.
I did also like that Valve did put on the thing, so like early access games, if the games have been updated for a while, they put like good alerts like, hey, this game has been an update by the creator. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's neat.
That's neat. That's very neat.
That's neat. All right, before this thing gets too long in the tooth, we're gonna end this show. Okay. All right. It's getting kind of long. And some of us are sleepy. And no, we will not be we will not be online for President's Day. It's a holiday on a Monday. Taking it off. Take that, suckers.
Next week?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's next week. Is it next week, right? I think it's next week. President's Day. Yep. So thank you, all those who got this far in the episode. This was a really long one. And to the 350 plus of you guys who have been downloading this episode every week. Well, at least when Spangle releases our episodes, we really do appreciate it. Give him
that bandwidth bomb that everybody gets once a month.
I know.
All the comments of like he was so hopeful at the beginning of the year, and then now the newest episode where they have no hope that the game they'll actually come out the next day. It came out the next day.
I know, right? Not? This is just gaslighting us on our release. Okay, all right, you guys better sit at my ending spiel. Anyways, I'm just gonna screw it. Yeah, once you guys come along to this live. 9 p.m. You guys know the drill. Eastern time. Come and watch us on twitch.tv says We Are Libertarians or on youtube.com/We Are Libertarians. Come hang out with us. I understand this podcast where you guys listen to podcast form. I get it. Please. I still love that you guys listen to this. So anyways, I'll see you guys
listen to me spend, at least 45 minutes of this episode ranting about comic books again. You're welcome. You're welcome.
People love it. They love it.
Hey, I will take it.
Yep. All right. Take it back, guys.
They're trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.